Hey plant fam! Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jacqueline. This is part of my jungle. If you're not new here, thank you for coming back. You already know that we're a little bit Hoya obsessed around here, so this video shouldn't be very surprising, but it is definitely aimed more towards newer Hoya collectors. And I know there are a lot of you out there, and I know there's a lot of you who started because of me, and I love that, and I want to help you find some really nice ones that are gonna be easy going, easy growing, and easy blooming for you, because let's admit it, we all want our Hoyas to bloom, right? Like, everybody wants to experience a Hoya bloom at least once. So I get asked a lot, like, which Hoyas to buy that are gonna bloom easily, because I've done lots of videos now on how to get your Hoyas to bloom, and I've mentioned in all of those, at least in the recent ones, that there really is no secret recipe to getting your Hoya to bloom. You could be doing everything right, all the things I told you, the light, the humidity, the water, the fertilizer, all the things, you could be doing all of it right, and your Hoya still doesn't bloom. So like, what gives? And what it really comes down to is that not all Hoyas bloom very easily or very frequently. So I do find that a lot of the more like common Hoyas, like the Carnosas, the Obovata, I don't know, like the Wayettii, things along those lines, like they don't bloom for me at all. Like the stuff that I find regularly in the greenhouses, in the big box stores, things along those lines, don't really easily bloom. So it's understandable that maybe as a new Hoya collector, you're a little bit frustrated. Maybe you've had them for a year, maybe you haven't gotten any yet. Maybe you just are getting mad. I've witnessed a lot of people get mad. I've posted my Hoya blooms on Instagram and people have gotten mad. Not literally mad, but like angry with their Hoya that it hasn't bloomed yet. And I'm here to help. So if you want to watch those other videos of how to get your Hoya to bloom, how to get it to grow faster, I have all of that on my care tips. It should be in my care tips playlist. So definitely go and check that out. We might need to one day just make our own like Hoya playlist, like how to take care of your Hoyas, get them to bloom. I'm working on a video of like when is a good time to propagate your Hoyas, because that is a really common question that I get as well. So stay tuned for that. But for this video, I wanted to cover four, I'm only covering four because I can't cover all of them, four of my favorites. Very basic, easygoing, trailing Hoyas that bloom really quickly, grow nicely for me, and don't give me any issues, don't need to be in extra humidity, anything along those lines. They thrive in your regular home environment, and the probability that they're gonna bloom for you is much higher than with just a regular Carnosa and things along those lines. So I suppose we should start with the largest one that I have here, and it should really be no surprise at all. And that would be the Hoya species Affinity Bertoni. This one is super sun stressed, as you can see. I have cut a lot of the peduncles. It did just go through like a whole bout of blooming, so there aren't very many open anymore. We've got this one in stage like 2 or 3, probably, I don't remember. And then the rest of them are just peduncles. There's tons and tons of peduncles on this plant. That one's got some berries. So like you can see all of these peduncles here, and you can see how many times they've bloomed. These peduncles are really long. And yeah, this plant didn't bloom probably for like the first year that we had it, and now it just doesn't stop blooming. So definitely be patient with your Hoyas. Sometimes they need a little bit of time to get used to their new environment, get cozy, feel comfortable enough, feel safe enough to bloom. Although death blooms are also a thing, so like stressing your plant out can also make them bloom. I don't recommend it, but that is why I think you will get cuttings that bloom, that just like grow a random peduncle. They don't usually survive in my experience. I have had a few unrooted cuttings or like semi-rooted cuttings bloom successfully, but they usually don't because the plant just like can't really sustain it. So they do form peduncles though, and I think that is, they call them death blooms because it's kind of like the plant's last ditch attempt at survival. Like it knows it's dying, so it's trying to like put some pollen out there and hope that it can procreate, if that makes sense. So Hoya species Affinity Brittoni, this thing blooms so much that it's actually kind of irritating. I've been cutting peduncles off, like with the cuttings, and rooting them and like selling them and getting rid of them. So I don't have any right now, but if you are interested, DM me. I can take some cuttings for you. I just don't have them in the shop at this moment in time, but there's always plenty of places on this plant to cut, and I have another small one in my greenhouse. This one's technically David's. The smaller one is technically mine. So Hoya species Affinity Brittoni is definitely going to be an easy growing Hoya for you. This thing has suffered a lot of neglect. I mean, it also probably needs to be repotted. It's still in its Costa Farms. $10.98. These containers used to be $10.98. Pretty sure they're $12.98, $13.98 now. Depends on the plant, but still. So I think it's running out of soil, to be honest with you, and it probably needs to be repotted, but David really likes it in this face pot. So that is that. That's the first one. And that one's going to be relatively easy for you to find if you haven't found one already at a Home Depot or a Lowe's or a Walmart, wherever they sell Costa Farms. This is from the Exotic Angels Hanging Basket collection. So they release them randomly. I haven't seen them lately, but when I do see them in one location, I tend to see them pop up all over around the same time. So keep your eyes open for it. Definitely, you know, follow the people in your area that are going shopping a lot. I have a lot of people here in Connecticut that follow me because they want to see what's going on. On that note, really quickly, I have not been able to drive. It's a long story. If you missed my repot and life update video, definitely go and check that out if you're curious as to what I'm talking about. But I haven't been able to drive for the last week, and I'm not going to be able to drive for at least a few more weeks after that. So I haven't been able to take myself plant shopping, so I have to wait for somebody else to take me. Yay. But I have a trip planned later this week with my friend Liz, so hopefully that doesn't fall through. Hopefully I feel okay and up for it, and we can do some plant shopping and do some filming for you guys. You guys seem to enjoy when she comes along. I enjoy her company, so I'm glad that you do too. So stay tuned for that if you're local to the area, because we're going to be hopping around to a few different places. Anyway, back to the video. The next one on my list is right here behind me. This I just repotted, so you got to give her a little bit of a break. She's looking a little sad on this side, but she looks good on this side. This is my Hoya Matilde. Isn't she cute? I just ordered her off of Etsy not long ago, repotted her. Some of her cuttings just like aren't super happy. They need some time to make themselves happy. Is that a freaking mealybug already? You haven't even been here for a week. I know you did not come with it. I don't know how. I don't know how. How they find you. How did they find you already? Alright. I think it was just the one. And I squished it. You get to that level of your plant parenthood, especially when you have a lot of Hoyas, that you just squish mealybugs with your fingers and carry on with your day. Okay, anyway, sorry if I grossed you out. So this is my Hoya Matilde. She's super cute. She grows beautifully. These are all also happen to be Hoyas that are going to look wonderful trailing. I love that. I love not having to worry about getting a plant up on a trellis for it to grow quickly, which I highly recommend if you have a stubborn Hoya. I have a video about that as well. I'll link it for you up here somewhere. And you should check that out if you do have some stubborn Hoyas. These are not going to be them. They're gonna look beautiful, trailing. Absolutely love the cute little splashy leaves on this babe, and you can see she's already got a couple of little peduncles in here hiding. That's not a mealybug, that's perlite. Okay. It's a little peduncle. It came with it. It looks active, but it hasn't done anything for me yet. I also took a cutting that had a peduncle, but I sold it. So I did take cuttings of this and sell them. I have more rooting and growing. So this was actually much longer, but I chopped her because that was why I bought her. But this is mine. This portion is mine. I have another small one in my greenhouse, but it's not in my greenhouse, my IKEA cabinet, but it's not doing well, and I don't know why. It always looks thirsty and it never seems to grow, so I think I'm just gonna repot it and see what happens. Maybe it needs to be rerooted, but that is a story for another day. This is my Hoya Matilde. Super cute, super fast grower, super easygoing. It's gonna grow faster for you if you do give it extra humidity, but it doesn't need it, if that makes sense. Like, it's gonna grow fine without it, but if you give it extra humidity, it's gonna explode. So the Matilde and the species Affinity Bertoni both live out here. This is her temporary little setup because I'd have to redo these shelves. The Bertoni lives directly in the west-facing window. That's why it's so sun-stressed, but it can handle it. The only plants that can handle being directly in the window, honestly, are my cacti, some of my succulents, and some of my Hoyas. So they're very happy in the west-facing window. These next two are ones that are in a higher humidity situation, so they grow much faster in that situation, but they are still going to grow very, very quickly for you in your normal home environment. And the next one here is one that's been in my greenhouse because they're cuttings, but even since they've grown, like you can see all this new growth at the top. Sorry, I'm a little shaky. The top here, lots and lots of new growth going on this plant. I did spot a couple of peduncles. I don't know where they are. It might have fallen off. Oh no, ooh, it grew one. There you go. See it? Little baby pedunkadunk. I knew I saw a peduncle on here somewhere recently. So these are Hoya Bella cuttings that I got from a friend of mine in a trade, and majority of them have started to grow since being in there. They're pretty rooted, so they're ready to come out of this cup of moss and into a pot, and once they are, I'm going to pot it into a nice little trailing plant and find a cute little home for it. So this is my Hoya Bella. Did I say that this is my Hoya Bella? I don't know, but she lives in the greenhouse because I was rooting her in there, and she has really taken off for me, like, fast. I have another one in my cabinet, and she grows pretty good too, but it's much more humid in my greenhouse, so I feel like that helped her get started a little faster, which is something that I do talk about in the other video, and something that I'll talk about even more in future videos. I've been trying to take all of my Hoya care and chop it up into smaller bite-sized pieces for you, so if you know this information already, it might feel redundant. You might prefer it to all be in one video, but I'm breaking it down into very simple, basic things, question by question, that I get from you guys, just so that I can have each video dedicated to just the one thing. So the last one was how to get your stubborn Hoyas to grow. This time I wanted to talk to you about ones that are going to grow really easy for you without any effort and bloom really easy for you. These are really great beginner Hoyas if you just want one that's going to trail and grow and bloom and be gorgeous and not cause you problems. This is a thinner leafed Hoya though, the Bella, so I do want to urge you to be careful where you buy one from. If you buy it online, make sure that it's a really good seller and that they know what they're doing and that they're packaging it well. Don't buy it if it's hot. Don't buy it if it's cold. Wait until the fall to get one of these, or just buy a cutting from me because I know what I'm doing. I just sold a few on Etsy. I don't have any more right now because I don't want to cut it again. Pretty. I want to just like let it grow for a while. But when it does this like wonky thing where there's a bunch of empty nodes, then I cut it just for aesthetic reasons. So I'm sure I'll cut it again soon. But it threw off this whole new shoot over here. I just thought it was really cute, and I'm excited about the little pedunk. It looks active, like it's gonna bloom soon. I've never had a Hoya Bella. I've never had a Hoya Bella bloom for me, so I'm excited. But they're very easy bloomers. I see a lot of people online, especially with these, in big, huge hanging baskets with like 20 blooms going on at a time, and it's really stunning until you have to vacuum them all up in a couple of days. I find dead pieces of Bertoni bloom all over the place. Oh, the regular Bertoni is going to be very similar to the species Affinity Bertoni, by the way, when it comes to growth and blooming. I have one of those as well. I do find the species Affinity to be prettier, and I like the way it sun stresses. I like the leaves better. I have a video on the differences between those two on my channel as well if you're confused. Yeah, so that's always an option as well. I just prefer the Affinity. Their blooms are basically exactly the same though, so if that's all you're buying it for, then it doesn't really matter. And then the last one on my list today is one of my favorites. It's my Hoya Serpent. Look at her, she's so cute. So this is actually a cross, right? The Serpent is a Matilde and something else, if I'm not mistaken, right? So they do kind of have like a similar leaf shape, but obviously this one is much tinier and this one is kind of fuzzy. Can you tell it's fuzzy? This isn't supposed to be a comparison video because nobody gets these two confused, but I'm just showing you how they're related. I might be wrong. I know they are related. I know one is a cross with the parent being one of the other two. I think the Serpents is a Matilde and something else, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But super cute. Give yourself time to grow. This is one of those little $1 pots from Target. They're so cute. Sorry for the sirens outside. At least the dishwasher finally turned off. That thing was on for like 2 hours. Why does it take that long for wash the dishes? Hoya Serpents. This thing has grown like crazy for me since I got it, and I'm not mad about it. This one lives in my cabinet, and it also has grown some little baby peduncles. I don't even know if you're gonna be able to see it. I'm afraid to break it. Can you see the little baby pedunc? Look at it. It's so cute. It's so little. I think that might be the only one. Nope, here's another. None of these were on the plant when I got it. Got this one from Jax's Jungle. Shipped really, really nicely to me, and it has been growing like crazy ever since. So she's super cute. Can't wait for her to be a nice big trailing plant. She's been super easygoing for me, growing like crazy for sure. Her vines are a little wonky right now, but that's okay. I have some cuttings of her that I sold recently as well. Ever since I cut her, she's honestly just grown more. So that's a thing. Yeah, that's plant number 4 on my list of plants that are going to grow really quickly for you. So we've got the species Affinity Bertoni, we've got the Matilde, the Hoya Bella, and the Hoya Serpents are my personal favorites when it comes to very easygoing Hoyas. They're gonna grow easy for you. They're gonna trail beautifully for you. You don't need to trellis these up unless you want to, if that's the look that you want. The leaves are still gonna stay about the same size. You don't need to get this one climbing up on anything to get it to grow faster or to get the leaves to come out bigger. So super cute little baby leaves on this babe. Not mad at her at all. There are lots of other ones, you guys. I find my Sunrise, my Hoya Sunrise, grows really easily. So does my Obscura. They both have bloomed for me without any issues. My Lacunosa blooms really, really easily for me. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing a few that I've had bloom. My Calistophylla surprisingly doesn't grow very quickly, but it blooms very easily for me. So there's options for you. If you guys have any more suggestions, ones that you think I left out, ones that are your favorite, definitely comment them down below. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, definitely give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything from me. Go follow me on Instagram. We're doing lots of giveaways and fun stuff over there. We just finished one and we're getting another one ready for August. So I'm trying to do one every month. Don't hold me to it. I said try, but I have the next 2 lined up, so there's that at least. And yeah, lots of exciting things going on over here, so definitely go and check out the Etsy shop. There should be things in there. I'm trying to keep it stocked at all times, even with just a few things, so go check it out. If there's something in particular that you are looking for, message me on Instagram, DM me. My email is in the description box. If you don't have Instagram, you can always send a message through Etsy as well if you prefer that. So reach out to me. If there's something that you're looking for, just let me know. If I don't have it available right now, I can put you on a wait list and contact you when it is ready. If you already bought one, that's okay. I will just move on to the next person. So definitely let me know, because that is a thing that we've been doing, because I've been getting a lot of requests ahead of time for plants before they're ready. So I want to be fair to everybody, obviously. So yeah, if there's something that you're interested in, definitely reach out to me and let me know, and I will put you on the wait list for it. And when the time comes, if you want it, it's yours. If not, it'll just go to the next person. So definitely keep that in mind. And yeah, I appreciate all of your support. Seriously, like, honestly, I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. You are so very appreciated. If you want to come and join the official plant fam and support my channel that way, it would be even more appreciated. You don't have to, obviously, but I appreciate the people who do. We are like a little family now. We have our own little group chat on Instagram. We hang out, talk to each other about plants, about life, about the weather, everything, literally all the things. So really great group of people. You should come and hang out with us. You also get lots of other perks. Don't be afraid to hit the join button to see what those perks are. You get early access to sales and videos and all of that good stuff. We've been doing some members only live streams and stuff like that, so it's fun. It's a nice way to get to know each other a little bit better. So if not, there's also the super thanks button if you want to just donate a few dollars, say thanks, let me know that you appreciate the work that I put into the content and trying to start this business at like the worst possible time. The economy sucks. But yeah, I appreciate your support if you can. Everything is appreciated. So I'm gonna stop talking now. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you watched the whole thing, leave me some snake emojis in the comments in honor of my Hoya Serpent, because she's just like really cute. Plus I like snakes. I've been shopping around for a boa, but we don't need to talk about it because we don't have room here. But David and I have been talking about one day when we have a bigger space, having like a dedicated reptile space. So makes sense, right? Houseplants, reptiles, we're in the jungle. It's fine. Jacqueline's jungle is gonna get some reptiles, okay? Like, I genuinely want to breed snakes. So if you're in the market for some snakes in the future, you can come on over and buy rare houseplants and rare snakes. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now. I love you guys so very much, and I appreciate you. I hope I see you in the next one.